the reason why they all say it's the greatest knockout of all time, which I completely agree with, is because Leon Edwards won the first round, got the takedown, got the mount. Insane. But also, you got to realize, and then he goes on to get dominated, really. He wasn't getting his ass whipped, but wasn't very competitive, right? He was getting taken down, boring fight. And so the next 4 rounds, even in the 5th round, he's not winning this fight, man. He's down. He's down 3-1 clearly. And he's also 56 seconds away from only winning 1 round against the champ because he got a trip and, landed in mount, but didn't do much with it. And then Kamaru woke up the fuck up and dominated him. And so you're waiting. And it's, to me, again, this is very Hollywood because Leon Edwards, if you think about his path to becoming the second Brit to ever do this, it's always been kind of this delay, this long kind of delay, unlike anybody else. Unlike Conor, who's catapulted to the fucking top. Unlike Khamzat, who's catapulted to the fucking top. Darren Till, you go through the fucking list. For Leon Edwards to have belief in himself, where remember he's supposed to fight Tyron Woodley at the time, and then that fell through, and then COVID hit, and then he's supposed to fight Khamzat 3 different times, and then he fights Belal Muhammad, and then there's the eye poke. So think about all this waiting, and your team's going. I'm sure even his team's like, oh, this is not looking good for you to become champ, man. This is a disaster. No one's had a tougher route to become a world champion. The only guy who has a similar route would be Tony Ferguson in his prime. Remember when Tony was doing the damn thing, supposed to fight Khabib, and it kept falling through. If that fight would have finally came to fruition when Khabib was champion, and if Tony would have pulled off with 56 seconds left a head kick KO, that would be the only similar fight where you could say that's the greatest knockout of all time, because Khabib was. Never happened, never came to fruition. So for Leon Edwards to constantly, the waves just keep hitting him, all these fucking things, keep hitting him, keep preventing him from being champion. And then he finally gets his shot in Salt Lake City, Utah, at high elevation, right? Finally gets his shot. American fans are kind of like, I guess Kamaru's going to mop the floor with this guy. First round, you're like, all right. And then after that, you're like, this is what we expect. I told you guys it's going to be a boring fight. Pretty spot on. Kind of a boring fight. Not the most entertaining fight. And then with 56 seconds left to go, from Kamaru Usman beating Anderson Silva's all-time title defense record, from going down, bar none, the greatest welterweight of all time, Leon Edwards, just like he's done his entire career, he does it on his time. It takes for fucking ever. It's not the most exciting, but somehow he gets it done. He throws a left jab, and Kamaru Usman goes to parry it, and he dips his head and closes his eyes, and then fucking Leon Edwards, who's been training this since he was in fucking diapers, throws a fucking high kick and lands shin to chin, and you get a fucking walk-off home run against a guy who was regarded and going into the fight, Dan saying he's the GOAT, pound for pound number 1 in the world. He's better than GSP. There's all these accolades going on. Kamaru Usman talking about Black Panther 2 in a fucking split second with 56 seconds left to go in the goddamn 5th round. This fucking Brit from Birmingham, fucking England, via Jamaica, throws a left kick that he's trained his entire fucking life, man, and lands it and knocks out one of the greatest to ever do it in their fucking prime and becomes the second British fucking champion.